So earlier we looked at how to calculate some probability in a simple problem. So now we're going to look at two different types of probabilities. And the one is uniform and the other one is non-uniform. So what do these mean? So a uniform distribution is something that where all the options are equally likely to happen. So a good example would be like the coin toss, right? We have two options. We have heads and tails. When we flip it, we have an equal chance of getting heads and tails. Another option would be rolling a dice. So rolling dice, right? We have numbers 1 through 6. And so our sample space would look like this. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now when we roll the dice, right, each one, like if I wanted to know, for example, the probability of getting a 4, right, that's going to be 1 out of 6. So each number is going to have the same probability of 1 out of 6. And so they're all equally likely. So that means that is a uniform distribution. So what would a non-uniform distribution look like? Well, let's say we have a spinner, right? So this is our little spinner. We have 4 options. We have A, B, A again, and C. All right, so we have our spinner. We can spin it. Our sample space looks like this, right? A, B, or C, right? We're assuming these are the same A's. And so our probability of A is, right, we actually have 2. We have this one and we have this one. So we have 2 out of the 4 are possibly for A, which reduces to 1/2, which is equal to 50%, right? So we have a 50% chance of getting an A. But let's look at our probability for B. And since we only have one B, and we also only have one C, so the same probability is going to be true for B and C. Right? We only have one chance to get a B out of 4 possible outcomes. So that's going to be, right, 1/4 or 25%. So you can see that A is more likely, right, than either B or C. So this would be a good example of a non-uniform distribution, right? Not every option has the same chance of happening. So that's the major difference between a uniform and a non-uniform distribution.